Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your big homie Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys with another banger of an Undisputed video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about a really interesting way that Undisputed could address runners / loose footwork abusers in the game right now. Now, as you guys can see, I am in the Undisputed Discord. I'm in the game feedback section that I was telling you guys about yesterday. And as you guys can see, there's a ton of people that have been posting up game feedback, throwing out ideas on how to make the game better. But this one right here really caught my attention. And it was posted up by this user, Sandman, and it's titled Ring Cutting and the Corner / Rope Problem. So let's read a part of it and then we'll get into exactly what he's trying to get into. He said, this is a place for ideas on how to make ring cutting better, as well as ideas on how to make the rope / corners matter more in order to add a skill to navigating the ring beyond leading, following, and circling. All right, so he goes right here, creating a boundary near the ropes where A, loose footwork is disabled, B, a lateral footwork or a lateral foot speed / sidestep penalty when you're backed onto the ropes or a corner, and then C, optional, the boundary only triggers when both a player has their back to the ropes and their opponent is within a certain range. Now, this was really this whole article, if you guys want to read it in its entirety, I'm not going to go through and read it paragraph for paragraph, but what he's mentioning here is actually a really good idea. It really is, because he's not talking about literally nerfing footwork speed in its entirety. He's talking about only nerfing the footwork and loose footwork when you're trapped either in a corner or your opponent has you cornered at a certain range, or when your back is up against the ropes. And I feel like, in my opinion, when I went through and read this article, I read this forum thread, it was actually a really brilliant idea. I'm not gonna lie to you. You guys see down here, 21 people actually liked it, because it's a really interesting idea that I feel like Steel City could actually implement in the game without it being incredibly hard and game breaking to do, like nerfing footwork in general. But it would also be a very welcomed addition, I feel like, by the community, because what he's talking about here is when an opponent puts their back up to the rope, or when an opponent pressures a fighter into a corner, it makes it a little bit more difficult to escape, which is very realistic. Swarming fighters, pressure fighters, they're known to do this. They're known to back their opponents up to the rope and make it incredibly hard for them to actually use good footwork and slip out of a corner or slip their way off of the ropes. Think about somebody like a Maidana. Maidana was really known for this. He would pressure people, and if he got you in the corner, even somebody like Floyd Mayweather struggled against this. He would trap you up against the corner, and then he would just flurry on you. And if you couldn't withstand it, then you were going to get taken out. But if you could and you were able to navigate it, then you were going to have a little bit of an easier time. But it wasn't something that he wasn't able to do successfully. He got a lot of wins off that, and he got a lot of title fights off that as well. So that's something that I feel like is very realistic and that could be added to the game to help address the running problem. Because we all know right now, one of the most annoying playstyles to deal with is somebody that's inactive, somebody that just wants to run, just wants to pot shot. They're not looking to set up anything offensively. Now, I'm not saying that being defensive is a problem, because there are defensive boxers in real life. Arguably the greatest fighter of all time is Floyd Mayweather, and he was defensive. Andre Ward was also a defensive fighter. There's been a lot of really good defensive fighters. So you don't want to nerf it to the point where you take out being able to be a good defensive fighter. But right now, with the current meta of the game, people just want to run around. They don't want to have to use any high IQ to be good defensively. And that's not where the game needs to be at. You want people to be good defensively because of the IQ that they're using, because of the movements that they're setting up off of certain shots or off of certain reads that they're making. But right now, that's just not really the case. People are just throwing themselves into loose footwork, running around, doing all this ridiculous stuff, and it makes for a really aggravating experience for a lot of the player base. So I feel like this right here would really actually make runners have to be a little bit more smarter with the way that they're going about it. So right here, let's just read point A. So point A, he says it would help alleviate a lot of what people dislike about the back foot meta by forcing the loose movement fighters to operate within a smaller portion of the ring without disabling or nerfing the feature outright. In my opinion, this would add discipline to loose footwork, increase offensive opportunities without forcing them, and helps make effectively occupying the center of the ring a tactical advantage without nurturing. I don't know what he was trying to get at right there. The more footwork defensive oriented fighters entirely. He's neutralizing, but he's saying exactly what I was saying. You know, it doesn't take the loose footwork feature out of the game completely. You could still be defensive, but it makes you be a little bit more smarter with the way that you're using it, because it's going to make you stay off of the ropes, which is going to create that skill gap, which is what we need right now in Undisputed. There's a lack of a skill gap right now, and that's what needs to be created. So this idea right here, honestly, is genius. It really, really is. Shout out to this dude for posting it up, because honestly, I had never really thought about it like that. It's a brilliant idea, and I really, really hope that Steel City looks into it, and hopefully whether they implement it in this year's game, in Undisputed 1 or Undisputed 2, I really hope this idea gets looked at and gets put into the game, because if this was actually put into the game, I feel like this would be a really, really big game changer, because it would cause inactive fighters to be a little bit more active and a little bit more aware, and it would create that skill gap that we all have been looking for. But let me know in your guys' opinion, what do you guys think about this right here? Do you guys think it's a good idea? Do you guys think it's a bad idea? Or do you guys just want to see footwork nerfed altogether? Let me know in the comment section. As usual, I'm going to be responding to every single comment that's posted up underneath this video. But that's it from me, my people. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as slap that like button. It'd be much appreciated, so that way this video does get tossed into the YouTube algorithm and more people get to enjoy the great content that I have for you guys here on the channel. But until next time, my people, take it easy, be safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from, and I will see you guys in the next video.